Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about how to become happier and more fulfilled by tapping into our feminine energy. Since I started learning about feminine energy and applying these things into my life, tapping more into it, I noticed that I became way more fulfilled and had way more of these moments where I felt like truly happy. So now I'm just going to talk about the things I implemented into my life, the things I've changed, and I'm just going to get right into it. First of all, this is, I think, really the important starting point is to be able to regulate our nervous system. Because if we are in this chronically stressed state, if we are in survival mode, if we are not calm deep inside of us, then we are not going to be able to truly feel good, Really learn to notice if you are in this state, because I often think we are in this stressed state, the survival mode, for so long that we don't even know that we are in it anymore. A couple of signs that you're maybe in this mode is that you're trying to do everything very fast, or that you are never present in the moment. You're always in your mind thinking about the future. You just can't really relax. You are holding a lot of tension in your body. There are probably way more signs, but learn about it and really make sure that you know if you are in this state or not. And then I think it is important for everyone to just have certain rituals daily that help to regulate our nervous system. Things like meditating, even if it's like 5 minutes, or breathing, just slow breathing for a couple of minutes a day. You can also do something like a body scan. You close your eyes, you go from your head to your toe, and you just really feel if you're holding tension in that part of your body, and you decide to consciously let that tension go. And also, I think it is so important to just learn about the nervous system, learn about people, about communication, about psychology, especially, because the more you know about these things, the easier you are going to have it in communication with people, because you understand others better, you understand what is the best way that you can react to people, you can regulate yourself better, you can pause for a second before you react to someone and actually think, is this the best thing that I should do? Should I even react? Things like these. I promise you, when you learn about these things, it is, first of all, so interesting, and it's going to help you so much in life to understand things better, to feel more confident in yourself, and actually just make deeper connections with people, and understanding that you shouldn't worry about certain things like what people are thinking of you, because they're just very busy with themselves. Everyone has another past and has other beliefs, so you can't control what people are thinking of you anyway. You can be the most perfect person in your eyes, but there will still be people that don't like you and have negative beliefs about you, and that's okay. But if you learn these things, you just know that you shouldn't worry about it anymore, and that will also help to calm you down. And the second thing is obviously taking care of yourself, but actually love to take care of yourself and not feeling guilty while you are taking some time for yourself. Also, I think that a lot of us think that we constantly need to work or perform or do something productive, and if we are not, then we are feeling guilty towards other people that maybe have it worse, or you just think, oh, if I don't work right now, I'm not going to make enough money or whatever. Or also something is that sometimes if you really don't feel good about yourself and you hate your body, for example, then you're going to work out or eat healthy out of punishment. And that is not something you should do, because that is not something you can keep up. You should actually love yourself so much that you go to the gym, that you eat healthy out of self-love, that you actually just love yourself so much that you love to do these things because you know that they are good for you, and not out of punishment because you just want to look different and you hate your body and you think, oh, you're not doing a good job, you are useless, or whatever thoughts you have about yourself. Start to love yourself in whatever condition you are in, because this will make it easier to actually work towards the version that you want to become. it is going to be easier to do that out of self-love than out of self-hate. The third thing, I also think this goes into self-care, is having boundaries and having self-respect. Actually being able to stand up for yourself if you need to. If you see that people are trying to get something out of you, if they're trying to take advantage of you, if people are just using you as their doormat, even if you haven't up till now, start to set your boundaries with these people. It doesn't matter how long you haven't done this, but start to set your boundaries right now, because it is so important. For your own self-love, you need to respect yourself, because otherwise, if you're just letting people walk all over you, you're not going to really love yourself, because you're not going to believe that you're valuable, that you're worth it. Because if you're not setting your boundaries and you let people say whatever to you, use you for whatever they want, you're not going to feel good about yourself, and you're not going to believe that you're worthy. Learn to say no to things. If you don't have the energy to go somewhere or to do something for someone, then don't do it. You go first, and obviously we need to be a good person, and we need to be there for people. We don't need to be like 100% selfish. But you know what? If you just deplete yourself completely to meet the needs of everyone around you, you are going to feel so drained. At the end of the day, you are going to go through life with this bitter energy, and that is also not going to benefit them anymore, because your energy will be completely off in their presence. So it is actually not even selfish to protect your energy sometimes and actually say no and have your boundaries. And also I want to mention, you need to stick to your boundaries, because if you are going to set a boundary, that person breaks the boundary, and you are just going to forgive them and go on, then they know that they can do that time and time again. And most of the time they will. So if they actually broke a big boundary, and especially if they've done it multiple times, remove yourself out of their presence if you can. You don't need to be friends with someone that disrespects you, and also not in a relationship, obviously. And if it's your family, that's obviously maybe harder if you live with them. Keep setting your boundary and have your own personal space where you can just go when you feel overwhelmed by this. Where I see that women have so little self-respect is often with guys in relationships, because they just like someone, they just let them do whatever they want to them. These guys treat them like these girls are just nothing, as if they're worth nothing, and these women just keep chasing these guys or trying to do everything good to get their attention, to get their love. Start to get the ick from this, because this is going to make you so insecure as a woman if you let this happen. And think about your future, and at the end of the day, why would you want to be with a man that literally completely disrespects you, that talks bad about you to his friends, that lets his friends talk bad about you, that flirts with other girls, that just make you feel terrible? There are so many people on this earth that are going to treat you right, but first of all, you need to have respect for yourself. Let that sink into your mind, because I hate to see it. If I hear these stories from some relationships or situationships, I'm like, how can you even accept that behavior? It is so bad for their confidence and their security in themselves. Another thing on boundaries is stop people pleasing. I had literally the biggest problem with this. I'm still working through it. I started to look at it like this. Like, are you actually trying to people please so that they feel good, or are you actually trying to people please so that they feel good about you? Because then it becomes kind of selfish, and I'm talking to myself as well. But often we just are scared that people are not going to like us, that people are going to exclude us. Also, often when we're people pleasing, we're just lying, kind of. We're not actually saying what we mean and what we actually feel in that moment, and if we actually want to do something. Then I think the fourth thing is actually being authentic and showing yourself, because this is being free. If you are actually able to show yourself how you want to show yourself. Showing yourself actually as you are. Actually speaking your truth. Voicing your opinion. Letting yourself loose and let that weird laugh out. Let your weird humor out. Whatever it is that you think is weird. If you actually start to show yourself as you truly are, you are going to feel so free. You are going to attract the people that like you. You are going to repel the people that are not for you. And that is only amazing. This makes you so much more attractive than just trying to fit in and be like everyone else. And it is hard because we don't want to be judged and we are scared of what people are going to think of us and all these things. If we're going to think like that, we're actually locking ourselves up in a cage. There's nothing that feels better than being able to truly, truly be yourself. If you have ever been in a group or with a friend where you just can let everything loose, it's so fun. It is so amazing. The more we can actually let ourselves out, the more we are going to shine, the more confidence we are going to have, the better we are going to feel about ourselves and actually feel free in life and actually be able to go after our purpose. And the reason I'm talking about being authentic is because this is just the core of feminine energy. Not dressing girly or doing your makeup a certain way or speaking with a soft voice or whatever it is. Feminine energy is really being authentic to you and wearing the clothes that you feel the best in. Going after your true passion, whatever it is, even if it's perceived as more masculine. If you actually do what you love, then you're in your feminine energy. So stop hiding yourself. Because these things that you don't like about yourself are the things that are often going to make you the most magnetic to others, and it is what is going to set you apart, and that is a good thing. Then you're actually going to be able to attract the things that you're actually supposed to attract in your life. And the fifth thing, this has been a theme in my life for like the past few months, and that is focus on being more in the present moment and actually enjoy the moment that you are in, however simple that it is. This has changed me so much. Just by actually really focusing on the moment that I'm in. Whatever it is. If I'm driving to school. If I'm eating something. If I'm just staring out of the window. If I'm listening to music. When I'm actually really focusing on that moment. When I'm focusing on what I'm hearing. Or what I am smelling. Or what I am tasting. Or what I am feeling. And I actually focus on the positive things in that moment. And I actually focus on how beautiful it is. This brings so much magic into your life, I think. And you actually realize how much you do have and how grateful you can be for these little moments. I know not everyone has it as easy, or some people have way more things than others, and life is unfair, all these things. But if you are able to watch this, you have a phone or a laptop or whatever, and you have internet connection, you are probably already so much more privileged than so many people in the world, and you have things to be grateful for. Really make every moment special. When you're reading a book, make it cozy. Really feel, if you're doing it in your bed, really feel your blanket against you. Or when you're studying, make yourself a nice drink that you really can enjoy. And make it a more fun experience. Or when you're cleaning, put on some nice music. Every moment can be made so much more fun. If we just create it that way, and if we just focus on how these moments are just so precious, and we need to be so grateful to have these moments, and that we are actually healthy and can do these things. Because a lot of people are in the hospital, or they are blind, or they can't hear, or they don't have legs because of an accident. If you are healthy, don't take it for granted, because we have so much to be grateful for. And we only know what we have when we don't have it anymore. So go through life with that in your mind, and then you will be so much happier and more grateful. Speaking about being grateful, my next point is gratitude. It blends in with the previous point, making the time to be grateful for things in your life. By, for example, journaling about it. Every day I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for about that day. It can be big things, it can be really small things, whatever it is. But this really shifts your mindset and makes you realize how grateful you can be for everything, for the food on your table, for if you have a dog, that dog, or for your mom that supports you, for getting home safe after a long drive, or for that conversation that you had with your friends, or for that amazing dance lesson. Whatever it is, if you do this every day, you start to see that you have so many things to be grateful for. And that really shifts your mindset, I think. And just in daily life, actually realizing how grateful you can be for everything that you have. If you look outside, if you have a beautiful view, how grateful you can be for that. If you're healthy, how grateful you can be for that. If you just have a roof over your head, your food. I can go on and on and on. But you can be grateful for so many things. For the time that you have. Yeah. I think this is essential if you want to become happier and more fulfilled in life. Also, say thank you to people. Be grateful. Say thank you when they do something for you, when they give you a compliment, instead of saying, oh no, I don't look good, or whatever you say to push away that compliment. Talking about that, I'm going to the next point, and that is receiving. Receiving compliments, first of all, actually receiving these, and don't push them away. When someone compliments you, just say thank you, instead of saying, when they, for example, say, oh, your hair looks nice, saying, oh no, it looks greasy. Oh, your makeup is done so well today. Well, oh no, I have this that went wrong. Like, just say thank you. Actually, learn to receive compliments, and also obviously learn to receive things like gifts. I always say like, oh, you didn't have to do that, but I need to learn to just say thank you. And authentically say thank you, and actually be very excited, showing how excited you are to get that from them and how happy you are, and actually say thank you from your heart. And that will also bring them so much happiness. Learn to receive, because that brings you really into your feminine energy, and also makes people around you feel better, because then you have this positive high vibe. Especially with your men, because men love to give and do things for you. They love to help you. Ask them for help. They want to feel needed. So if they help you with something, if they do something for you, if they plan a date, show your gratitude genuinely, and your relationship will become so much better. Also in relationships, if you want to be in your feminine energy, you need to learn to just sit back more and let them work. Because often we want to pull on it, and we want to plan dates, and we want to do everything for them and just be like their mother, but that is just really going to kill the polarity and bring you out of balance, and then you're just in your masculine energy and they're in their feminine energy. And in most cases, that doesn't work very well in male-female relationships. Sometimes maybe it does. There are always exceptions, but most of the time, the energy that is more dominant in us women is the feminine energy, and it is also the energy that we feel the best in. And the same with masculine energy for men. These were the points that I wanted to talk about today. I'm going to make another video on this next week also, because I'm only halfway through my points. But I really thank you a lot for listening. I really hope you learned something. I hope you will implement this into your life, because I promise you it makes such a big difference. And if you love topics like this, like feminine energy, confidence, then subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.